signed by the president, Harold Willard, and I believe that's
yes.
and I believe I believe also by the treasurer, William Heintzelman, right? So and also I would add that because I believe the treasurer was unavailable, one of these checks has been perhaps inadvertently, maybe by mistake, who knows, signed by Nancy Phelan as well, co-signed rather.
And how does that mistake happen if she's not? I just want to know for my own clarification. How does this happen when she's not on the board?
I cannot give you an answer. All I can say is that it has happened, and here is a visible proof of it.
Okay. Can I please get copies of that?
Absolutely.
To my attorney?
Maybe I can explain a little. Usually I sign the checks, okay? After that, I refused to sign Betsy's check. I would sign the other checks for the water and the electric and whatever, but I wasn't...
Yeah, get up.
What?
She can't hear you. She wants to stand up.
So up front.
Yeah, what are you doing way back there?
Talking to the microphone.
Okay, I can explain that to a degree. Usually I sign all the checks. After this last meeting, when Betsy's salary was reduced, I refused to sign Betsy's check. And as a result, either Bill had to sign it, or one day maybe Bill wasn't around, I don't know, it's pure speculation. Nancy signed it. Now it could be there's a bunch of checks that Nancy has for Middle River Club and just start signing, and maybe that check got caught up in the signatures, I don't know. Yeah.
If the bank cashed that check,
it can be cash.
she's legally consigned?
Only because there's only one signature actually is needed, and Harold Willard's signature was the first one. Yes, Bill?
May I ask you a question? Her combined salaries, Middle River Club and River Shores, is that
yes.
correct? Now doesn't Middle River, I'm only going technicality, doesn't the Middle River Club have to deny her a new salary also?
If they pass the budget.
If the budget's combined, we're all...
Their salaries, Betsy's salary is $12.50 for Middle River Club and $25 for River Shores, which adds up to $37.50.
But how did we get 20? You understand what I'm saying?
River Shores reduced it, is that what happened?
We were reducing it to 20, combined, I think actually it was the whole combination of Middle River.
Does it Middle River Club have to?
Middle River Club has separate.
So we were just cutting her $5.
She has to, no, they have to pass their own.
Oh.
Can everybody?
Okay.
You know what I'm asking?
Say it again, Bill.
In other words, she makes $37 combined with Middle River Club
Yes,
and River Shore.
yes. $12.50 and $25.
Now, we reduced her salary, the board reduced her salary to 20.
Right.
How do you get to
But
that
that's
figure?
River Shores. We cannot reduce Middle River Club.
I understand
Right.
that. So now,
Just look at 32.
So the question,
Wait a second. I think I have clarification. Her paycheck is drawn on River Shores. It is just a simple credit coming, no? She gets two separate paychecks?
Two checks.
No, oh, no.
Oh,
She gets one.
okay.
is it a combined, wait a minute.
Yes, hold on.
Combined salary?
Let me tell you the confusion, what I perceive.
Can I explain?
Well, are you sure you know?
Well, you go for it. You may know.
Well, because I recall them saying they just credit from Middle River Club to River Shores. So it goes back and forth. So when you say she's making $12.50 from Middle River Club, it's just a percentage. We're still paying 63% from River Shores. She's just going back and forth. Now, whether they balance or not, we don't know because we're not allowed to see the books. But it is one check from River Shores, $37.50 per hour, and however you decided, who made the decision that $12.50 comes out of Middle River Club? We don't know. So you did correct.
Actually, it's not even broken down anymore. The last few checks were a salary, $750.
Yeah, but she's doing a credit, supposedly. We don't know, we can't check it out. So there's a
So you're saying
credit.
everything changes like the winds?
Because
Yes.
technically, she can say, I'm sorry, I am making this amount from the Middle River Club. And technically, we have no right.
But that's not the way they're drawing the figure.
That's not what she does. She does it journal entries or however, checks, however it works, but there's credits back and forth. You know, like when we pay for example, special assessment for Middle River Club, the check was not made payable to Middle River. It was made payable to River Shores, if you remember, and then she just funnels it over.
That's crappy bookkeeping.
Well, no, however,
Sorry to tell you.
well, no, I don't know if I agree with
Because
that.
we have two complexes that are involved in Middle River Club.
Yes, but you have to remember, River Shores pays their portion to Middle River Club
It's a
through a
separate
check.
entity, Tony. You can't have,
Well, no, but it goes by apartment, so I don't want to argue with this point, Bill. It doesn't matter. Unimportant.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you for that clarification, Tony. Order, please. Could I just point out, if I may, that the order, please.
Order, please. Hey.
I just want to add something to what has just been said. As I said earlier, I had to pay for the privilege of having copies of the general ledger made on my account. I had to pay 25 cents a page. I have a portion of the general ledger accounts for the association for this year. This is the photocopy. If anybody wants to come and have a look at this afterwards, after the meeting, they're very welcome. There are line item entries for payroll, and every staff member is identified, and how much the amount that they receive, which is both net after tax and before tax is itemized, and this makes it clear that as far as this general ledger is concerned, there is no distinction made between the Middle River Club portion of her compensation and the River Shores portion. It all appears as one combined lump sum. So she, for instance, gets paid $750 before tax and $642.62 after tax. And if you look at these paychecks, you will see that these weekly paychecks, they are made out in the amount of $642.62.
Yes, Joe.
How many hours is that a week?
That's 20 hours a week.
20 hours a week?
Which
4 hours a day?
equates to, I think...
Doesn't mean we're working 20 hours.
Okay.
We play with our hair.
Janet, which equates to $37.50 before tax. I know.
We gotta laugh a little, come on.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Lane, Nancy, yeah.
Order, please.
Nancy.
Let the member speak, please. Yes, you're
I was
recognized.
concerned about what were, that these measures were passed by the board legally and that they weren't carried out. And what,
I think we all are very concerned, the three of us especially. I mean, one of the primary reasons why we are bringing all this to your attention is to try to clarify the deadlock that exists at the moment at board level in this association.
Jeremy, is it possible, I mean,
Oh.
2 points, potentially in the future, I understand what Bill is saying of the differentiation, that might be something that the board, the other 2 members who are not here have gone to see Becker and Poliakoff and utilize our assets to cover their asses, excuse me, but there's no other way to put it, pardon the pun, that if it might come up in the future on this voting on her salary, that, which was brought up by Bill and someone else, I'm not sure, about the percentages, that maybe we, further just look into reducing it from River Shores portion, since the other 2 associations were not involved. I'm just suggesting that be looked into. And my other suggestion is, since they are, this was brought up earlier, utilizing Becker and Poliakoff, why can you not utilize Becker and Poliakoff? I understand it's going to cost us all, but in the long run, I think it's probably an expense worth, taking on. I would much rather pay to have a great place to live than have bad carpeting or bad, paint jobs or, inappropriate decisions that are not made with a consensus. So is it possible that you three can go just like they do and, see Becker and Poliakoff? Do we have them on retainer?
Right.
Just a point of information, I don't understand.
Could I answer you?
Okay.
Your point is very, very well taken. And it actually anticipates the next motion
Okay.
that is going to be excuse me a second. It anticipates the next motion which we are going to talk about and pass if possible. The only concern I've got with Becker and Poliakoff, they are excellent attorneys. They are considered by many to be the best in the field when it comes to condominium association law. But they have been associated with River Shores Association, and there might, certainly for the last 2 or 3 years, if not longer, and there might be a slight conflict of interest, that's all. So
I would agree.
Gentleman back there, I'm sorry, Jerry, he's been having his hand up for a while.
Who specifically has been denying you these things, the key, the paperwork, and all these things? Who specifically?
well, I'm not going to mention any names.
Well, you need to.
You need to, yes.
No.
Is it another board member? Is it the president?
Just think about it. Ask yourself the question: Who runs the association on a daily basis?
I'm asking you. You
Yes.
said that you were denied.
Harold. Harold and Betsy.
Any board member who is not going to obey the law, not going to obey the bylaws, not going to obey our will, he's his ass out now.
Then why don't you go upstairs
Now,
and talk to them?
hey, we vote. We rule this place. We decide. Okay. If he cannot do his job, he needs to leave. Simple as that.
He won't leave. You have to carry
Go to
him
the
out.
office yourself and ask, and you'll...
You know what? There's a phone number. It's 911. You call the police. If he is trespassing in his office and he has been removed by us, he cannot be there. He has no power.
All right.
That is the law.
So could
You
I
go in
answer
there
you?
and they'll tell you it's
Could I
secret
answer you?
and confidential.
There is no such thing. We are the
That's
owners
what
of
they
these
say.
buildings. We have access to everything. There is
That's
nothing
right,
we
we
can deny
do.
you. Okay, so this man needs to be removed by force.
That's right.
Listen, I walked into the
office.
office, there's a taser gun sitting up there.
You don't call the police. There's more of us than him.
Legal, they can have
It's
it.
legal, it's legal to have a taser.
I don't care about the taser if he isn't, if we decide that he's not going to
It's
be.
not the president, Betsy runs the office.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Betsy.
The Gestapo.
Okay, that's why I asked for clarification. You're saying Betsy is denying Vicky.
All right, sir, I appreciate your question.
No, I'm saying as a co-owner here, I'm requiring an answer from you. Who is not allowing you to have the key?
Just answer the question.
All right,
And the paperwork.
the vice president will answer.
Allow us to be able to defend you.
I will answer, okay? Betsy Schwartz, who ultimately is running the office, running the president, and running this entire place.
Okay.
And how do you know that? Why are you saying that?
Let me finish, please. Is she appointed by the board or is she voted by us?
The board
Okay.
President.
Appointed by the president. And who has the power to remove
The
people
president.
appointed by the president?
Only
We do.
Harold. No, only, Harold said only he.
He doesn't have absolute authority. It's not a
Okay,
game.
I'm just
The
telling you.
board can take a vote.
Yes.
People can take a vote.
Look, please.